Tottenham and Manchester United faced off for the first time since last season's Europa League final, and while the match unfolded in a way that wasn't drastically different from that iconic showdown, fans were at least treated to goals and some truly emotional celebrations from both sides. The first 30 minutes were a bit sluggish, lacking real spark. Both Tottenham and United approached cautiously, exchanging passes in midfield without creating any genuinely dangerous opportunities. It's been 171 days since that Europa League final in Bilbao, where the London Spurs came out on top against the Red Devils, yet both sides seem stuck in the fragmented, uninspired style reminiscent of that day. The opening half hour barely offered anything of note, save for a fleeting moment when Mickey van de Ven broke past a defender and accelerated forward, teasing a spark of excitement. According to stats shared by TNT Sport during the broadcast, Manchester United touched the ball in Tottenham's penalty area only once in the first 30 minutes, while the hosts managed just 2 touches hardly prolific. Then, the breakthrough came in the 32nd minute. United took the lead thanks to a precise finish from Brian Mbeumo. In a well-orchestrated attack, Amad Diallo delivered a pinpoint cross to the Cameroonian striker, who made no mistake with a clever header that beat goalkeeper Guglielmo Vicario, putting the visitors ahead 1-0. Mbeumo is quickly establishing himself as a game-changer for Amorim's side, bringing the ball control and blistering pace that Tottenham lacked last season. Even operating on opposite wings, Mbeumo and Amad Diallo displayed incredible chemistry. Ruben Amorim will no doubt miss this duo when they depart for the Africa Cup of Nations with Cameroon and Ivory Coast in about a month, but for now, he's savoring every moment of the attacking brilliance they provide. As the second half kicked off, the momentum shifted. Tottenham pushed higher up the pitch, steadily ratcheting up the pressure on Sene Laman's goal, determined to respond and ignite the game once more. As the second half progressed, the momentum swung in Tottenham's favor. The Spurs pushed higher up the pitch, piling relentless pressure on Sene Laman's goal. Yet the Belgian goalkeeper was in inspired form, showing maturity beyond his years when given the chance to start. In the 53rd minute, Lamans reacted lightning fast, diving to block a close-range effort from Christian Romero. Just 2 minutes later, he produced another jaw-dropping save, denying João Palhinha's half-volley with sheer brilliance. These back-to-back stops not only preserved United's lead, but also instilled confidence in the team at a moment when they were under intense pressure. However, the visitors' resilient defense couldn't hold out forever. In the 84th minute, substitute Mathys Tel stepped up in style, producing a moment of individual brilliance. Picking up the ball inside the box, he spun past defenders and fired a decisive shot into the roof of the net, leaving Lamans helpless. That equalizer ignited Tottenham's hopes and sent the home crowd into a frenzy. In the very first minute of stoppage time, Spurs seemed on the verge of completing a dramatic comeback. Wilson Odobert unleashed a powerful long-range strike, perfectly met by Richarlison, who nodded it into the net, seemingly securing a 2-1 lead for the hosts. The Brazilian celebrated wildly, ripping off his shirt in the belief he had delivered 3 points for the Spurs. But football had one final twist, or perhaps a miracle in store. In the 96th minute, during the very last corner of the match, centre-back Matthijs de Ligt emerged at the far post to power a header past Vicario, snatching a 2-2 draw for Manchester United. A moment that highlighted the visitors' grit and refusal to give up, while Tottenham's dreams of victory slipped away at the very edge of glory. And poor Richarlison, his shirt-ripping celebration misfire continued. Exactly 2 years earlier, on the 1st of May 2023, he scored a dramatic 90+3 equalizer for Tottenham against Liverpool, celebrated as if securing a point, only for Diogo Jota to snatch the winner a minute later. 2 years on, and Richarlison's timing seems just as cursed. Perhaps future Spurs players will try to stop him from taking his shirt off. The draw leaves both teams level on 18 points, with Tottenham temporarily 5th and Manchester United 7th. This match should have been a moment for Thomas Frank to connect with the Spurs fans at home. Over the past year, home results in the Premier League have been abysmal, stretching back to Ange Postecoglou's era. And on Saturday evening, after Brian Mbeumo, who spent 6 years under Frank at Brentford, opened the scoring for United in the first half, Spurs again struggled to create any meaningful threat. Reminiscent of last week's defeat to Chelsea, Many had feared that Thomas Frank would pay the price for his somewhat puzzling starting lineup with another defeat, yet the Danish manager deserves credit for his second-half substitutions. The introduction of Wilson Odobert proved to be a turning point for the White Shirts. Bursting with energy, he played a direct role in both of Tottenham's goals, including the key assist for Richarlison's header that put Spurs ahead 2-1 the opening moments of stoppage time. The stadium erupted, Romero, already substituted, ran back onto the pitch to celebrate, while James Maddison, watching from the stands due to injury, cheered with excitement. That victory would have marked only Tottenham's second home win under Frank, a significant morale boost. But just minutes later, the dream crumbled. In the final moments of stoppage time, Tottenham's defense lost concentration, allowing Matthijs de Ligt to rise freely and head home United's equalizer. The jubilant atmosphere instantly turned into heavy disappointment. Even so, Tottenham can take pride in their relentless fight back. The unfortunate part was surrendering their hard-earned lead in the blink of an eye. As for Manchester United, this season they've demonstrated unprecedented resilience. They never give up. The late equalizer was a testament to their grit. Ruben Amorim's side once again found the net when it mattered most. Remarkably, in the last 15 minutes, United were down to 10 men after striker Benjamin Šeško suffered an injury and had to leave the field, yet they held firm, biding their time. De Ligt's decisive header extended United's unbeaten streak to 5 matches and reflected the emerging spirit at Old Trafford. Earlier, a run of 3 consecutive wins had earned the Portuguese manager the Premier League Manager of the Month award for October, silencing any doubts about a United crisis. After the match, the 40-year-old tactician said, "We are facing many challenges and are still in the early stages." Sometimes the results make it look like we're progressing, but in reality, there's still a lot to do. We played comfortably today, but we should have been sharper, more aggressive, and more aware of the atmosphere on the pitch. 3 points were there for us to take. We were too relaxed throughout the game. You need to anticipate that in a single moment, everything can change. Today was a perfect example of that. Regarding his counterpart Thomas Frank, he added candidly, "My emotions are strong right now, but I choose to focus on the positives from this match. That is my belief, and it's how I aim to build a team step by step, adding and improving as we go." Overall, it was a solid and composed performance from Tottenham against a high-flying Manchester United. Thomas Frank had to adapt, especially with Mohamed Kudus sidelined due to injury. In response, Frank stuck with his 4-3-3 formation, but experimented by pushing Randall Kolo Muani up front, with Richarlison deployed on the left wing. In midfield, Pape Matar Sarr partnered with Palhinha, while Spence was recalled to play left-back in place of Udogie. Unlike the latter stages of last season, when Richarlison's left-wing role helped Spurs reach the Europa League final, this time the plan was to dominate possession. However, Richarlison struggled to link up and coordinate with Simons. While Simons repeatedly made incisive runs into dangerous positions, looking across to the left wing often revealed empty space or De Ligt stealing the ball from Richarlison. Spence tried to support but couldn't replicate Udogie's creativity inside the box, often forced to cut inside due to his right foot. One of the standout performers for the Red Devils was Matthijs de Ligt. Beyond his stoppage time goal, De Ligt was consistently in the right place to assist defensively, launch attacks, and provide reassurance to his backline under pressure. He has emerged as one of Manchester United's most vital players this 2025 to 2026 season, alongside Bryan Mbeumo. The 26-year-old centre-back has played a full 990 minutes across 11 Premier League matches, showcasing remarkable durability, consistency, and irreplaceable importance to the squad. The 2-2 draw between Tottenham and Manchester United perfectly reflected football's drama and unpredictability, while also raising questions about both teams' futures. Spurs are still searching for a clear identity and stability at home. Meanwhile, Manchester United showed grit and resilience, but there's still plenty to do to maintain form and secure a Champions League spot. Key moments, such as De Ligt's late equalizer and Wilson Odobert's explosive contributions, are reminders that the season is long and anything can happen in the rounds ahead. But what about you? What did you make of the way these two teams performed tonight? Do you think they'll be able to rediscover their own identity and build something stronger as the season goes on?